Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and welcome back to Rise of the Phoenix. Now then, the last time you saw us was the 1-1 home draw against Forest Green. Not the best result, considering we are expected to be fairly comfortable promotion favourites, but it's been going okay since then, and I'll get into the games right now. And after all that, it finishes Tranmere Rovers 1, Phoenix Sports 8. An incredible game where it seemed like every single shot we saw went in the back of the net. It's a fantastic start to our away league season, and could we top that? I'm not sure we can. And it finishes 3-0 home to York. Very comfortable game this one. York didn't really come forward a lot, and we comfortably picked up the win. And it finishes AFC File 1, Phoenix Sports 0. Looking at the stats, it's a very well undeserved win, but we couldn't create much. You see, eight of our shots were long shots. They held out very well, and it's our first defeat of the league season, unfortunately. And it finishes there. Phoenix Sports 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. A good performance. We got a little bit fortunate. We actually saved the penalty. Jake Bradford saved the penalty from Molly Hawkins, which would have put them 2-1 up. And but as you can see, Josh Hutchins first came back and back with a bang. And there we go, guys. He finishes Wrexham 1, Phoenix Sports 4. A very good result. And that was the last game in this little sequence. So I'll show you now where that leaves us. So looking at it, you can see the results on the screen. After that, Forest Green 1-1, an 8-1 incredible victory against Tranmere. Everything just flew into the back of the net in that first half. I think it was 6-1 at the 6-0, 6-1 I think at the first half, and crazy stuff. And then followed up with a very good 3-0 win. Nathan Smith grabbing lots of goals in those two games. You got 5 in those two. He's coming on very nicely. And then a surprise result, an AFC Wild that 1-0 that you saw. We just couldn't really get going, and they defended very well. And then Josh Hutchins, as I mentioned in the after the game. His first game back after that horrible injury, that damaged spine that somebody inflicted on him, comes up with a goal. I don't know how he does it, but he does. And he's just hopefully going to now kick on and be the one we need. And then the last one was a 4-1 victory against Wrexham, very comfortable. So today we are playing Stockport. I think I mentioned that we were actually we were going to do the Hartlepool game, but that got moved due to international call-ups. So I think it would have been earlier than this, but it got moved because would be missing about 6 or 7 key players. So we decided just to postpone it, and we'd play. And I thought I'd come back for this Stockport game, as we now have for the first time well, not quite our full strength team, but getting very close. So this is the team that we're going to go with. Dan Ryder's injured. Now, one big news with Dan Ryder is we have submitted a contract offer to him, and he is. Well, I think he'll accept it. So it's for 2 years with the club being able to have the option to make it a third year, so a 3-year contract really, till 2022. And he is going to be on a lot of wages. He's on about £6 a week. He put in a match highest earning clause from the start, but what he didn't do was put in a minimum fee release clause, which meant that I was fine with doing that. I think, especially in the early stages of this save, we're gonna have to put in we're gonna have to give high wages. I think comparatively high wages, because we aren't going to be signing players. No one's going to come in for money. So I think it's a case of, well, if we have to keep these players at the club, our best players, and if we have to pay them higher wages, then we have to pay them higher wages. The club is still in a very financially sound position. 3.7 million in the bank. We haven't made a loss this season. I think that's down to the transfers, the training ground, which cost 2.5 million. So, without further ado, you can see in the league we sit third currently, but we do have a game in hand because of that Hartlepool game being suspended. And it turns out actually Hartlepool have started very poorly, so maybe it wouldn't have been the best game to bring you. It might have been a bit of a walkover. But today we play to our in mid-table, a solid start to the season. Not really in danger of relegation, but hopefully for them they're pushing the playoffs, I suppose. And yeah, we're in touch with the leaders. That draw we saw at home to Forest Green, and then that one defeat, followed by 4 pretty comfortable wins. The Dagenham Redbridge game was tight though, and had Bradford not saved the penalty, it could have been a different story. But we have our strongest team, bar Dan Ryder, so I think we can get into the game now. So as I mentioned, this is what I see as our strongest team currently. Bradford in goal, Hutchins, Dennison, Johnson, Espinoza. Adam Elms playing in a deeper midfield role, Sinton alongside him, Herbert, Phillips and Smith in behind Alan Skinner, number 99, which is what he asked for some reason. With their team, they've got, I think, Billy Waters, yeah, is a decent player. Jerry Yates, someone I've not heard of him, but he looks decent. I think we're at the stage now where every player I look at will look reasonably good, and we're certainly not. I mean, there's some players we have that are like Ryder, like Herbert, Johnson and Dennison particularly. But we're at a stage now where there's not too many of our players that are way above the league. I mean, in the past years, it has been the case that a number of our players have been way advanced of the league that they're playing in. Whereas now, I think it's probably there's only maybe 4. I'd say those 4 that I mentioned. The others are probably playing about where they should be. Perhaps Nathan Smith could fit into that bracket as well. He's a very good wide player. But yeah, I'm pleased with how the season started. I hope that we can kick on and really shore up the top of the league, really, because that's where we need to be, is to get into League Two and really making strides in league football, really. So I'm going to start the game now. The beautiful Phoenix Sports Ground. We're up. It's been expanded now. The expansion was completed. We're up to 4,000 capacity, with the option to get to 5,000 if we need to. But really, the fans don't really turn up in great numbers. I think we're in our 2 home games this season. We've picked up about 550 fans, so we're not really getting anywhere near filling 4,000. But it's good to see the club that is making strides. I think it's largely due to the league requirements. There must be some kind of requirement to the number of seats you need and number of, maybe capacity. I don't know, but it does say it's to comply with those requirements. So yeah. So we have kicked off, as you, well, I think we have anyway. Nothing's gone on. We're 25 minutes in and nothing's really happened, and we're at half time. Wow. As the commentator said below, it's not been a classic so far. I'm going to say I'm not pleased with that. Hopefully second half can be better. We kick off here, shooting from right to left. And we do have a chance early on, hopefully. Dennison with the header, Dennison with the goal. Good delivery there from Nathan Smith and George Dennison, who I really, really rate. I really rate highly. I think he probably is going to be better than Matthew Johnson, which is a great thing. And it's good to have. I'd really love to keep those two together for as long as I can. Those two playing centre backs and Hutchinson on the right. I think we're probably a quality left back short of a cracking defence that we can see us up the leagues. I honestly believe that these players have the capability of playing much higher. Now then, apart from that goal, nothing's happened. I'm going to bring on Luke Peacock for Clinton. Adam Elms has come in and done very well in that deeper role, so I see him as an option there. I'm actually going to switch him around there. I'm going to play Elms as a slightly further forward one so we can affect the play higher up. Lots of some bookings going on, but it's been a very, very tight game, this. The chances, we've only had 4 shots on target to their 2. Lots of possession, but really not doing a great deal with it. Espero is playing well, I'll leave him on. I want to bring on Adam Kane there, basically. He's a good option. I will bring on, I think, I'm going to bring on Jay Weaver and put Paul Herbert up front, just a different option as a striker. Alan Skinner, we've seen nothing from any of the players, really. Just really, it's been the defence that have been solid. If you look at all of them averaging a 7.0 above, so I guess Stockport have done decently well against us. We just had that one delivery in from Smith and then that one header from Dennison, and it looks like that's going to wrap it up. Time has really just ticked away. We've seen one highlight in the whole game. I apologise for that, but not much I can do about it. I tried to affect things, and fortunately, we were able to come out with a win there. It does take us top of the league with the game in hand. Pretty tight, but if we win that game in hand, obviously we'll be a few points clear. And yeah, that will take us with 3 points against Stockport. I mean, not a lot happened, but I think they probably came with the idea of limiting the scoreline as best they could, or trying to get a draw. So, and that will do us for this episode, I think, guys. So, I think next time, that Chester game could be good. Yeah, we'll come back for the Chester game, 12th of October, hopefully, if it doesn't get moved or anything. And yeah, that'll bring us to the end of this episode, guys. So if you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Follow me on Twitter @DLCDave1. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.